Long before he became known as the Navigator, Prince Henry stood on the walls of Ceuta in 1415. As a young man, he had fought alongside his father, King John I, the same king who had secured Portugal's independence at Aljubarrota 30 years earlier. The capture of this North African city opened his eyes to a wider world. From that moment, Henry began to dream of pushing beyond the known limits of Christendom. Henry returned to Portugal with a vision that would shape the future of his nation. He believed that by sailing south along the African coast, Portugal could find new routes to gold, spices, and perhaps even the legendary Christian kingdom of Prester John. More than wealth, he was driven by faith, a desire to spread Christianity and continue the crusading spirit of his ancestors. As governor of the Order of Christ, the Portuguese successor to the Knights Templar, Henry had both the resources and the spiritual authority to turn his vision into reality. He used the wealth and influence of the order to fund ships, train navigators, and support expeditions into the unknown. What began as a religious and military order gradually became the engine behind Portugal's age of exploration. Henry's captains were the first to test his dream. In 1418, João Gonçalves Zarco and Tristão Vaz Teixeira were blown off course by a storm and discovered the island of Porto Santo. They later claimed and settled the beautiful island of Madeira. These early successes proved that the ocean could be mastered, and that new lands awaited those brave enough to sail beyond the horizon. Yet one obstacle stood in the way of further progress: Cape Bojador. For 12 long years, every captain Henry sent turned back before reaching it. Sailors believed that beyond this cape lay boiling seas, sea monsters, and the very edge of the world. Fear had become a greater barrier than the ocean itself. Then, in 1434, Captain Gil Eanes was given a second chance. Encouraged by Prince Henry's words and driven by faith and courage, he sailed past the dreaded cape. He found not monsters or boiling waters, but calm seas and new coastline. The psychological barrier that had held Europe back for generations had finally been broken. Prince Henry never sailed on these voyages himself. He remained at Sagres, guiding, funding, and inspiring others. By the time of his death in 1460, his captains had mapped hundreds of miles of the African coast. What he started as a young man at Ceuta would eventually lead to the sea route to India and change the world forever. The age of discovery had begun.